Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight on the program, the World of Thunder Racing League Triple Crown Series for the 410 Winged Sprint Cars, round number 2. We travelled to the virtual Williams Grove Speedway here in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Brett Wheeler on the call with you for tonight. And we've just come off the KDC Home Improvement 360 Winged Sprint Cars, and now the 410s. The big bad boys are in town to play. 14 drivers signed into the pit area for tonight. We are going to have qualifying in just a few moments' time. Then, of course, we'll get straight into 2 heat races tonight. And there will be no B main. We'll have a dash in the warm-up session. After the dash is complete, we'll have a 2-minute break where the drivers will get 2 minutes to go out onto the racetrack and turn some laps, get their cars dialed in before we set them loose for tonight's 30-lap main event. Again, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, so thank you very much for your coverage and tuning in here to the #1 Dirt Track channel, or your home for Dirt Track Racing here on the iRacing.com service. A big thanks to our sponsors here at Ultimate Dirt TV. Big thanks to Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder Racing League, Dirt Leagues Australia, JR Productions and Media, and Black Diamond Motorsports. Now time for qualifying here from the Grove as we get set to line these drivers up into their heat race. Of course, we'll have the qualifiers on the left of the screen. And then, of course, we'll keep an eye on the drivers on the racetrack at the moment. Down the bottom left of your screen, there is the number 51 car of Jeremy Zarfos. Of course, guys, like, shares, follows, all that good stuff. And can get your name on the top of the broadcast. So, Jeremy Zarfos in car number 51. We'll see what lap time Mr. Zarfos can do, as I believe he's driving for the Dave Blaney Sim team as Horton Bailey, 17.433. That's Jeremy Zarfos with the 17.433 in fact. Matt Bailey in the number 70 car on track. George Furch in the 717. Steve McMillian in car number 87. Sits 8th quick with a 17.819. That's going to be a little quicker with a 17.682. Marion Preston, who I believe was a hard charger in the 360s. He was the D1RT entry, the number 7 car of Hayden Cardwell. Jeremy Zarfos, certainly the man to beat at the moment. 17.431. 17.431. Hayden Cardwell clocking in with a 17.505. A 17.505 for Hayden Cardwell. He goes 3rd quick. Tim, thank you very much for the follow. Shannon and Stephen, thank you very much for the shares, boys. Appreciate it. Hayden Cardwell a little bit slower on that one. It's Trey Smith in car number 12. Trey Smith in car number 12, first lap time. Will be this time by as he's just gotten the green flag. So 12 cars have taken the time. Trey Smith and George Furch. The only 2 drivers that have not laid down a time, of course, has still got just under a minute. Trey Smith will clock in at a 17.670. 5th quick, a 17.670. George Furch as well, still on the racetrack. He's having some sort of connection issues, but Trey Smith, can he better that 17.670? No, he cannot. George Furch, who is having those internet issues. George does not get a time in. So qualifying done and dusted. Jeremy Zarfos with a 17.431 goes quick time here from the Williams Grove Speedway. Travis Snyder Jr. 2nd. Hayden Cardwell, Horton Bailey, and Trey Smith round out your top 5. Marion Preston Mason Hannigan, Austin Griffey, Brett Strickler, Steve McMillan. Your top 10, Kyle Keane, Mitch Stiles, Matt Bailey, and George Furch. 2 heat races, 2 7-car heat races on the program for tonight. And I've been told that the points leader for the Triple Crown 410 series is Trey Schmidt. So qualifying done, we'll take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid for heat number 1. Alright, because there's only 2 heats, the top 3 are going to move on to tonight's dash. Everybody else goes through to the main event directly. Starting on pole in car number 51, Jeremy Zarfos. On his outside, the number 11 car of Hayden Cardwell will start position number 2. Your points leader for the World of Thunder Triple Crown Series, Trey Schmidt, in car 12 will start position 3. On his outside, the number 1 car of Mason Hannigan, starting position number 4. Inside row number 3, the number 38 car of Brett Strickler will start position 5. On his outside, in the 17 car, again, it's a pair of PA drivers on the inside, in and out of the 3rd row. The 17 of Kyle Keane out of position 6. And starting position 7 in car number 70 is going to be Matt Bailey. Yes, Cody, hashtag Holy Schmidt is certainly correct there, buddy. Heat number 1 of the World of Thunder Triple Crown Series. I believe you use 0.9 gallons of a lap here. No, 0.8. So 0.8. .8 times 10, so go 9 gallons. Here we go, heat number 1 of the World of Thunder Triple Crown Series for round 2 is green, and Jeremy Zarfo's got a great start. Schmidt looking on the inside on Cardwell. Cardwell rails the top on the exit of turn number 2, Hannigan a little squirrely down the back straight away. Strickler, Hannigan, side by side. Hannigan forces the issue on Strickler. Lap number 1 is in the books. Schmidt holds on to 3rd. Now remember, top 3 moving on straight to tonight's dashes. Here goes Hannigan on the inside. Strickler into the wall. I think Hannigan's got some internet issues. It almost looked like he drove right through the number 12 car, so let's hopefully those issues rectify themselves, as here comes the number 17 car of Kyle Keane. On the outside into turn number 3 and 4. Right on the top, looking to find a way by the 22 car. The track is still very, very juiced up right now. Schmidt working down low, runs a slider line through 1 and 2. In fact, Hannigan and Keane are very close together at the moment. Jeremy Zarfos, he is checked out from Hayden Cardwell. He's got a 1.1 second lead. I'm sure that's going to extend to about 1.3 here in a second. No, that last lap by, there were similar sort of lap time. Schmidt puts a slider on Kyle Keane, and 3 wide on the exit of turn 2 and down the back straightaway. Oh, Kyle Keane and Mason Hannigan. Hannigan does the 360, and he's got some severe damage on the number 22 car. 3 wide down the back straightaway they were for the final transfer spot in tonight's dash. And unfortunately, Kyle Keane and Mason Hannigan come together. Mason Hannigan, he's already brought it in behind the pit wall. And here is your race leader through turn number 1 and 2. He's halfway through lap number 7 of 10, which means he's got 3 laps to go this time by. And that was a little too close for comfort right there for the 19Z car of Jeremy Zarfos. The D1RT entry of Hayden Cardwell sits there in 2nd spot. Then you go back to Trey Schmidt in 3rd. 4th is Kyle Keane. Brett Strickler in 5th. Matt Bailey in 6th. With Mason Hannigan retiring early on. Couple of laps to go now for the Wicked Energy with CBD Gum, number 19 Z car of Jeremy Zarfos. Cardwell trying the top side of the racetrack through turns 3 and 4. Trey Smith running 3/4 of the way up the racetrack as well. They get the white flag. One final time for heat race number 1. The World of Thunder Triple Crown 410 Sprint Car Series. Race number 2 of 3. Round 3 will be, no idea when, but we'll have a look at that later on. As there is, Jeremy Zarfos gets the win from Hayden Cardwell, Trey Schmidt, Kyle Keane, Brett Strickler, Matt Bailey and Mason Hannigan. There is heat number 1 complete. Heat number 2 up next. As the car's getting told to get onto the racetrack and start gridding, we will take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid for your second and final heat of the night. Starting on pole in car number 77, Travis Snyder Jr. On his outside, out of position 2 is car number 2 of Horton Bailey. Lining up position number 3, car number 25 of Marion Preston. On his outside, the 57 of Austin Griffey, starting position number 4. Position 5 belongs to the number 87 of Stephen McMillan, out of position 6, the 54 of Mitch Stiles. And lining up position 7, and our 7th and final starter in the 717 is George Furch. 10 laps of distance here for heat race number 2. Top 3 once again will move to the outside row of tonight's dash, so the winner will start position 2. Second place finisher will start position 4. And our third place finisher in heat 2 will start position 6 in tonight's dash. The dash going to be run after this heat race, and then it'll be run in the warm-up session. And then, of course, right after the dash finishes, we'll give the drivers 2 minutes, so that'll give us time to play a couple of ad breaks, and we'll get set for tonight's main event from the Williams Grove Speedway. Drivers getting the 1 green signal right now behind yourracing.com official pace truck. We are high in the sky above this racetrack through turn number 1 and 2. We are watching the drivers come out of turn number 2 under the famous Williams Grove Bridge. Hey Robbie, thank you very much for the share. Appreciate it and welcome. So Travis Snyder Jr. has command of the field and we are set to go green. Off turn number 4, the Miss Alexa Bliss, number 77, the Port Royal Speedway entry of Travis Snyder Jr. gets on the loud pedal and we are green. And we've already got Furch and as well into the inside wall. Austin Griffey, he's on the inside. He's going to be upside down, so not going to be a good start. And there is the Glenn Sutherland car in the Gambler's Earth moving, number 54. That's something you don't see all too often. A car run by Glenn Sutherland down in South Australia, here in Australia. Look at the 25 car. That is Marion Preston. Looking up on the inside of Steve McMillan. McMillan holds on to position 3. He would love to transfer in tonight's dash. Preston putting the pressure on McMillan. Although Horton Bailey starting to move in on your race leader in the 77 of Travis Snyder Jr. 3 in the books, 7 laps left to run. Your number 1 home for dirt track racing here on the iRacing.com service, Ultimate Dirt TV, putting on the World of Thunder Triple Crown Series. We keep an eye on the battle for the third and final transfer spot in tonight's dash, and here comes Preston to the outside on McMillan into turn number 1 and 2. McMillan holding strong. It's a little out of shape on the exit of 2 and down the back straight, but now we go back towards the front. No, I thought they were a little bit closer than that. Oh, Preston into the back of McMillan. Preston hard onto the inside wall. And that gives a bit of breathing room to the number 87 of Stephen McMillan. And there is the Gambers. The gem, the Gambers Earth moving, number 54 of Mitch Stiles holds down 4th. George Furch in position 5. Then you go back to Marion Preston on the racetrack and Austin Griffey. And unfortunate there on the lap number 1. He is back behind pit road as well. Travis Snyder Jr. looking to start on the outside of the front row for tonight's Trophy Dash. Here goes Horton Bailey now. Looking inside in turn number 3 and 4. Tried to make the move. 2 laps to go. A mile left to run. That's the yellow flag gonna fly. We have got the 54. In the Gambler's Earth moving number 54 of Mitch Stiles. So let's take a look at the 54 of Mitch Stiles. We'll take a look at your onboard camera and just see what happened here. Just caught the tyres on the infield and yellows are on, so that was pretty much all she wrote. George Furch almost made contact with him there. Got to be careful, Mitch. We are back live from the virtual Williams Grove Speedway. Behind your iRacing.com official pace track. Heat number 2 going to end under yellow. Here for the World of Thunder iRacing League, the Triple Crown for the 410 winged sprint cars. So we'll get the checkered flag this time, though. So as they come across the start-finish line, Travis Snyder Jr. going to come away victorious ahead of Horton Bailey, Stephen McMillan, George Furch, Marion Preston, Mitch Stiles, and Austin Griffey. Make up your 7 drivers for heat race number 1. The warm-up session going to be used for tonight's Trophy Dash. So the top 3 from the 2 heat races. Once the Trophy Dash is run, we will then move into our main event, of course. We've got 4.5 minutes for these drivers to get on the racetrack, and then, of course, we will, right after that one is done, I believe we're just going to let the timer run out. So we know Jeremy Zarfos, he picked up heat number 1 victory. He will start on pole. Travis Snyder Jr. in the 77 will start position 2. Hayden Cardwell in the number 7 car will start position 3. Horton Bailey in the number 2 car will start position 4. Then we go back to Trey Schmidt in car number 12 starting position 5. And starting position number 6 in the number 87 car, Stephen McMillan. Again, we are live on Facebook, YouTube and Twitch. We've got all platforms covered here tonight for the World of Thunder Triple Crown Series. Live from the virtual Williams Grove Speedway, right here on your home for dirt track racing, Ultimate Dirt TV. So we hope you are enjoying the coverage wherever you are watching from around the world. And also a reminder, in about 10 hours time, we're also going to have another broadcast, night number 1 of the Dirt Leagues Australian Midget title from the Live Lane Motorsports Park. 8 heat races on the program. Keep an eye on our Facebook page for that one. We'll have all the info that is required to watch as we get set to go green off turn number 4. We'll worry about the World of Thunder iRacing League, the Triple Crown. Round number 2, your Trophy Dash is underway. 6 laps the distance around the Williams Grove Speedway. 3 miles essentially. Hayden Cardwell quickly moved into position 2, but Travis Snyder Jr. giving him a big don't argue. Back on the exit of turn number 2. Trey Schmidt working down low into turns 3 and 4. Put the slider on Cardwell. Not sure where Travis Snyder Jr. has gone, but maybe some issues here for the number 77 machine. 3 wide into turns 3 and 4. Cardwell on the outside. Schmidt through the middle. And Horton Bailey up on the inside. I think that's 3 laps in. Or 2 laps in. Actually lost count. Cardwell right on the outside of the racetrack. Here comes the D1RT number 7 machine. He is starting to close the gap on your race lead in the Wicked Energy with CBD Garma, number 19 Z car of Jeremy Zarfos. That's no good, Travis. This race for the lead could be on in a few moments' time, hopefully before they get to the white flag next time by. Hayden Carwell, he is starting to motor along in the number 7 car. Down low is Jeremy Zarfos. From top to bottom goes the 7 machine. I believe the white flag is out right now. And here goes Hayden Carwell to the outside. Jeremy Zarfos, can he hang on? 2 turns away from starting on pole in tonight's main event through 3 and 4. Zarfos continues to work low and Hayden Carwell trying everything he can. And Hayden Cardwell unable to get the job done. Jeremy Zarfos will win from Hayden Cardwell. Third is going to go to Stephen McMillian, Horton Bailey, Trey Schmidt there as well, and Travis Snyder Jr. there with the DNF. So there is our top 3 with 40 odd seconds left to run. There is no time. Well, there might be time for a quick ad break. We'll take a quick break and come back on the other side of this. You're watching the World of Thunder Racing League Triple Crown Championship for the 410 Winged Sprint Cars live from the Williams Grove Speedway.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks. Fully dynamic, real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
We are back here on Ultimate Dirt TV for the World of Thunder Racing League Triple Crown Series from the Williams Grove Speedway, round number 2 of 3. We get set for tonight's 40-lap main event here from the Grove at the Battle of the Grove. And we'll take a look at your Black Diamond Motorsports starting grid. Starting on pole in car number 51. Now the first 6 positions will be jumbled up due to our dash that we just had. The 51 of Jeremy Zarfos will start on pole alongside him in car number 11 of Hayden Cardwell. Stephen McMillian will start position 3 with Horton Bailey out of position 4. Position 5 will be Trey Schmidt out of position 6. Is scheduled to be the 77 of Travis Snyder Jr. Then we go back to 7th on back is correct. Kyle Keane in the 17 will start position 7. George Furch in the 717 will start position number 8. Brett Strickler in the 38 will start position 9. Marion Preston in the 25 will start position 10. Position 11, the 70 of Matt Bailey. Out of position 12, the 54 of Mitch Stiles. We go back to the final row. The number 1 car of Mason Hannigan lines up alongside the 57 of Austin Griffey. And that outside row will move up a row as Travis Snyder Jr. done for the evening. The drivers will make their way around the Williams Grove Speedway behind your iRacing.com official page truck. They will get the iRacing green flag this time by. I can tell you they are not going to be going green. The first 5 laps are going to make sure the drivers from the dash get into their correct positions. They will also get into a 4-wide salute. Once they've done the 4-wide salute on about lap number 3, down the back straightaway, they will get basically the 2 to green signal. So lap number 5 of 45 is when we are going to be going green flag racing live from the virtual Williams Grove Speedway. There it is, your front row, the number 19 Z car of Jeremy Zarfos, alongside the D1RT number 7 car of Hayden Cardwell. And the Wicked Energy Gum, number 19Z, the Ryan Blaney Foundation Mohawk, Dave Blaney Sim Racing Team, number 19Z. He was good in the 360s at USA just an hour ago. Unfortunately caught up, involved with an incident with his teammate, Brett Strickler and Trey Schmidt. But it is a part of racing, and you've got to live and learn. Right now, the drivers are going to get into a 4-wide salute live from the Williams Grove Speedway. There it is. It's 4 rows of 3, with 1 car of Kyle Keane at the back, all by his Pat Malone. They make their way down the back straightaway under the bridge, the most awesome sight in all of motorsports. The World of Thunder Triple Crown Sprint Car Series, live from Williams Grove. The driver's way of thanking you, the fans, for watching here. It's a quick night as we come to the Grove. Will one of the posse drivers be victorious, or are we going to see a World of Thunder member take victory? My money is on the driver that starts on pole in the 19Z car. Let us know who you're cheering for. What number, what colour car, or if you know the name, let us know who you're backing, who you think is going to go to victory lane. So the driver's getting the 2 to green signal. So again, when we start lap 5, that is when we are going to go green. So not this time by out of turn 4, but the following lap, we will 40 laps around the Grove. I'm a little bit skeptical on fuel. I think there might have to be a manual yellow thrown, because I think if you're planning to run the top the entire race, I believe you use about 0.8 gallon of a lap here. And doing the math earlier on, 0.8 gallon a lap times 40 laps, you need 32 gallons, and well, these tanks only fill up to 30 gallons. So again, fuel might be an issue. There might even be a couple of more cautions. So I mean, they could get through it. If you're a gambler, gamble responsibly, but I don't think it'd be wise to go with anything less than 30 gallons around the Williams Grove Speedway. So as you can see, under the R-Racing under the R-Racing logo next to the Triple Crown, you see 5 of 45. There is our lap counter, which means the first 5 laps are completed out of turn number 4 this time by. So we are going racing. Ladies and gentlemen, the World of Thunder R-Racing League Triple Crown, the 410 Sprint Cars, live from Williams Grove. Let's get naughty for 40, and we are green here at the Grove. And Jeremy Zarfos got a good start from Hayden Cardwell, and Cardwell into the outside wall. And he is upside down, and he is done already on lap number 1. Turn 1, he is gone. All that hype, all that pressure. He waited, and he junked it in turn number 1. And it was just a mistake all by himself. And again, it comes back to maybe inexperience with the sprint cars. Let's go on board and take a look with your Black Diamond Motorsports onboard cameras. Hayden Cardwell, his night is over as quickly as it started. Yep, just a simple mistake of overdriving in turns 1 and 2. Maybe not accounting for the fuel. And he would be PI55ED. Again, the onboard camera. Back live as the lights go out on your iRacing.com official pace truck. So the quick caution comes out and, well, we may just make it to the end on fuel right now. If the drivers will say use maybe a gallon, I dare say it again, it's still going to be close, but these drivers might just be aware of the fact that fuel might be an issue. Pace truck in, Jeremy Zarfo, Stephen McMillan and Horton Bailey, Trey Smith, George Furt, top 5, green flag is out. 36 laps left to run here in your main event, and Horton Bailey high, wide and handsome through turn number 1 and 2. He's looking on the outside of Stephen McMillan, down the back straight away into turn number 3 and 4, McMillan through the middle. Trey Smith through the middle as well. Horton Bailey looking to get the drive on the exit of turn 4 and down the front straightaway. There was some contact and yellow flag and a fly. Horton Bailey in the number 2 car upside down. So there goes Horton Bailey in the number 2 car. So a quick couple of cautions here from the Grove. Lights are still on your iRacing.com official pace truck. Colonel, thank you very much, buddy. Appreciate it. Sheridan, thank you for the like. Robbie, thank you for the share as well. Appreciate it. Matthew, thank you very much for the like. Your lights are out on your iRacing.com official pace truck. Jeremy Zarfos. Certainly one of the more experienced racers in the 410s in this field at the moment. So our field dwindled down to 10, so we've lost 4 drivers already. In fact, 3, just because Travis Snyder Jr. didn't even make the show. "31 laps left to run here in your main event, and Jeremy Zarfos. McMillan holds on to second through turn number 1 and 2. Trey Schmidt on the top side. Here comes Kyle Keane. Looking for position 4 on Brett Strickler. Strickler down low into turn number 1 and 3 and 4. And McMillan going to lose a couple of spots. Here goes Strickler and Smith. Now remember, these two drivers had contact in the 360s out of turn 4 at USA just about an hour ago. Of course, very, very different track conditions. They go 3 wide through turn number 3 and 4. Kyle Keane on the bottom, Schmidt through the middle, and Strickler on the outside. So I believe the Dave Blaney Sim Team Rail was running 1, 2 and 3. Schmidt forced the issue into turn 1 and 2 on Kyle Keane, and Trey Schmidt now moves back to position 3. Here comes McMillian, run on the bottom side of the racetrack. Keane around the outside of McMillian on the front straight away. McMillian looking to come back at Keane for position 4. Here comes the DB Sim team, number 17 of Kyle Keane. Not trying to rhyme, but that is the way it goes, and that's the way it rolls off the tongue. Yellow flag flies. 22 of Mason Hannigan around and upside down. We'll take a look at your wicked cushion instant replay. Take a look and see what happened to the number 22 car of Mason Hannigan. I'm going to say he jumped the wall in 3 and 4 and it put him out of the ballpark. Backed upside down and around. That's his night done and dusted. Right in front of the camera in turn 3 with the Beer Hill gang. Again, we'll see some Black Diamond Motorsports onboard camera angles, and there was talk about. You heard me talk about fuel issues earlier on. And the Competition Suspension Inc. number 22 car around. A couple of drivers now we've seen go upside down and around just by jumping the cushion. Of course, Hayden Campbell, the first one to do it. Setting the tone, Mason Hannigan trying to follow suit about 20 laps later, 15 laps later. Lights out on the iRacing.com official pace truck. 24 laps left to run here in round number 2 of the World of Thunder Triple Crown Championship for the 410 winged sprint cars. Trey Schmidt, your points leader on that one, who happens to be running 3rd in this one. Strickler now has really got a chance to make something happen here on Jeremy Zarfos. The team cars run 1, 2 and 4 at the moment. I would love to have the podium shut out here at the Grove for round number 2. We'll see what happens over the next 23 and a bit laps. Schmidt catching a piece of the backstretch wall. Kyle Keane can't make a move just yet, but here goes Brett Strickler to the outside and to the race lead in turns number 4. Zarfos continuing to work low through turn number 1 and 2. Pulls alongside of him. Bottom 1 and 2. Top 3 and 4, I think, is the place to be at the moment. It's just getting the drive on the exit of turn number 4 is what is hurting the number 19 Z car, Austin Griffey, around, and yellow flag flies. Take a look at your wicked cushion instant replay and the 57 of Austin Griffey. Tried to come down the racetrack a little bit and just caught the inside wall with the left front, and it put the 57 up on its side. And the BeachRC.com entry, here he is again, once again. Watch the left front, just catch it right there. Well, there'll be no issues of fuel. As long as you filled your tank up, you will be good to go for the rest of the race. Lights out on the racing.com pace truck. $19 laps to go. And we're just gone past the halfway stage of this main event. Here we go. Brett Strickler now has command of the field. Jeremy Zarfos and Trey Schmidt, your top three. Kyle Keane and Matt Bailey, your top five. McMillian back on pit road, I think. And I think we've just got 6 cars left in this one. We do just the 6 cars, but no doubt a take away from the top 2 right now. Here goes Zarfos to the inside on Strickler once again in turns 3 and 4. The bottom is definitely there in 1 and 2. It's 3 and 4 that is going to be the issue there for Jeremy Zarfos. Zarfos puts and runs the slider line through turn number 1 and 2. He leaves the bottom for Strickler. Does he go down low? No. Zarfos stays high. Strickler goes low. Schmidt as well coming high. And Strickler's got a run on the inside. Matt Bailey having problems at the start finish line. 0.033 of a second separating Strickler and Zarfos. Well, the field might be depleted, but let me tell you, the racing for the top 4 spots, it is on right now. Strickler got a piece of the wall in 3 and 4. Zarfos back to the inside. Here comes Kyle Keane on Trey Schmidt now. Schmidt runs the slider line through 1 and 2. Keane stays low. 2 by 2 for the top 4 spots into turns 3 and 4. Keane slider on Schmidt. Schmidt turns it underneath him. And just in front of them, Strickler's got the run on the outside, but here comes Jeremy Zarfos back with the slider, and look at the top 4. They are all over this racetrack. They are putting on a show here at the Grove. 15 make that 14 to run. This time by Strickler to the lead again. Zarfos back up on the outside, down the front straightaway. There goes Strickler, big slider line through turns 1 and 2. He's going to leave the bottom for Jeremy Zarfos. And you know Zarfos, he's going to take it. Kyle Keane and Trey Schmidt had contact. And yellow, yellow, yellow. Trey Schmidt in the number 12 car. Let's take a look at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. Take a look and see what happened here. Just those connection issues there for Schmidt, and I think Schmidt tried to turn it in a little too early. Again, we're happening right in front of the turn 3 Beer Hill gang. Maybe Schmidt expecting Kyle Keane to turn in just a little earlier. Don't really give any sort of indication here. Let's go on board here with the number 17 car of Kyle Keane. So there's Smith. So he's inside of him. Yep. I'm not going to blame Kyle Keane for that one. The Dave Blaney Racing Sim team run 1, 2, and 3 for the time being. Michael, Matthew, Audie, thank you for the like on the videos, appreciate it. Lights out on your iRacing.com official page truck in turns 1 and 2 right now. 10 laps left to run, so again, a heat race distance here from the Grove for your main event to the World of Thunder Triple Crown Championship for the 410 winged sprint cars. Round number 2. Round number 3, you can all the info can be found on the World of Thunder iRacing page or the website. Green flag back out, and Brett Strickler, Jeremy Zarfos, Kyle Keane, Trey Smith still 4th. Mitch Stiles 5th and Matt Bailey 6th. And again, we've still got the 6 cars left in this one. And here goes Stiles trying to get by Trey Schmidt in turns 3 and 4. Schmidt having a little bit of trouble through 3 and 4. But keep an eye on the battle up front right now. The team cars, the teammates run 1, 2 and 3. Zarfos gets back to the race lead in turns 3 and 4. Strickler comes back at him on the bottom side again. Strickler and Zarfos continue to run side by side. Strickler runs the slider line through 3 and 4. Keane stays low. Very, very difficult to get the run on the exit of turn 4. 1 and 2 completely different to what turn 3 and 4 is right now. You can stay wide open in 1 and 2. 3 and 4, you cannot. It's very tricky and technical. Brent Strickler now 6 laps away from parking the number 38 on the front straightaway and going to victory lane with his teammates. Oh, Kyle Keane catches a piece of the outside wall. Yellow, yellow, yellow. And the 17 car is around that opening on the back straightaway. Does a bit of damage to the 17 and he goes back to pit road. Right now we've seen it happen right in front of us with our cameras. Our cameras right on top of all the action here from the Williams Grove Speedway. We are set for one of 2 things. A green-white check. I believe in fact it'll be a green-white checker. We'll just confirm in just a few moments time. I think the drivers will be on 2 to green this time by. Which will means when we go green, we will start lap number 44 or 45. So a green-white checker is in order. As far as the World of Thunder Triple Crown Championship, of course, April 28, we had round number 1 for the 410s at the Knoxville Raceway. Round 2 tonight, June 2nd. From the Williams Grove Speedway, and the 3rd and final round for the 410 Wing Sprint Cars will be live on June 23. And we'll head to Lanier National Speedway, and of course the Pro Late Models. Round number 1 has already been done, round number 2 has already been done, and round 3 you can catch on June 19th. I believe that will be a Wednesday night. The Virtual Racing Network covering that one. So 2 more races for the Ohio Freshwaters Adventure Super Late Models Series on the Sunday night. And 3 more races for the Winged Sprint Cars for the 360s next week. We head to Knoxville, Volusia on June 23 and June 30th. Will wrap us up from the dirt track at Charlotte. Lights out on the iRacing.com official pace truck. The World of Thunder Triple Crown Championship. Round 2 of the 410 Winged Sprint Cars from Williams Grove. Now Mitch Stiles moves himself into position 3, but Trey Smith and Matt Bailey have both got a chance to take away that spot. 5 cars left in this one. A green-white checker happening right now. Brett Strickler, Jeremy Zarfos. Zarfos gives him a bit of a nudge to say, let's get on the loud pedal. And we are going green. We are going to have a white flag next time by, but here goes Zarfos. Not giving up without a fight. Zarfos down low into turns 3 and 4. Strickler up on the top side of the racetrack. Strickler's got the run. The white flag is out. We are going to race it out to the start-finish line. Zarfos once again down low. Maybe just missed his mark on the entry into turn number 1. He's got the moisture. He's got the drive out of turn number 2. Strickler stays high. Slide job from Zarfos. Strickler turns it underneath him. Drives right through the slick. It's a drag race to the start-finish line. Holy cow, nothing in it. 0.038 of a second, and Jeremy Zarfos goes to victory lane over Brett Strickler. Holy cow, what a finish. Let's take a look at your JR Productions and Media unofficial results. Talk about a finish between Jeremy Zarfos and Brett Strickler, and Jeremy Zarfos gets the win over the number 38, and isn't this an omen? The 38 comes home in second by .038 of a second. Mitch Stiles in third, Matt Bailey 4, Trey Smith rounds out your top 5. And that was .012 of a second between Bailey and Schmidt. Kyle Keane, Steve McMillan, Austin Griffey, Mason Hannigan, Horton Bailey, your top 10. Greg Furch, Hayden Caldwell, Travis Snyder Jr. and Marion Preston. We go down to victory lane here in just a few moments' time. We'll chat with our top 3. And what a race and what a finish that was. But getting the job home in first place in the 19Z car is going to be Jeremy Zarfos. Jeremy, congratulations on the win, man. What a finish, .038 of a second. You didn't give up on the bottom side. And, man, that was a hell of a race between you, Strickler, and Keane there.
And that was a blast. That's what it's about. I know I can race with those guys. They know they can race with me. That was about as fun as it gets.
All right, let's go straight to the final restart there. Green, white checker. You give him a little bit of a bump just to say, oi, let's get going. And as soon as you give him that bump, he sort of took off. And I thought you might have missed your mark on the bottom side going into one on the final lap and also the second last lap. Is that the way you seen it as well? Did you just miss the mark in turn 1 and you sort of grabbed the moisture down low on the exit of 2?
Yeah, I think the initial green flag, I think I hit one pretty well. He had some momentum. I think I hit it pretty good. Got a really good exit. I did not hit the rest of them really well, but it was enough that I could get close enough to a slider. But I think 1 and 2, I was really good. 3 and 4, you had to be super patient. It wasn't as slick as some tracks, but you still had to be patient. You don't want to get that false illusion of you're in the grip, because as soon as you do that, the thing would jump sideways and you'd lose all your momentum. So just had to be really patient, kind of arc it through the middle of 3 and 4 off to the bottom.
All right, well, talk us what was going through your mind down the back straight away there on the final lap. You'd been running the bottom side previously in 3 and 4, but you opted to go for the slider in 3 and 4. Was that always going to be the plan, or was it just sort of wait and see what Brett does going down the back straight away?
Yeah, it was sort of a wait and see. I was going to stick to the bottom if I saw, the opportunity to stay down there, but I didn't have a super great angle. I was about a lane and a half too low, so I figured I would just try to drive it in there and hope it stuck on the cushion. And he's as good as it gets off the bottom, so I had no idea how it was going to end up. And I kept my right foot in as hard as I could and straight as I could to get to the line.
Oh, you come away with the victory here from the Williams Coast Speedway. Congratulations. But of course, before we let you get out of here for sponsors, shout-outs, all that good stuff, buddy, who makes it happen for you?
Appreciate you broadcasting, Brett. Hopefully it was a good show for you. I know there wasn't a ton of cars here, but we tried to do our best to give you something to be excited about here. So thank you, World of Thunder. Appreciate you having us. Dave Blaney Racing Sim Team, Matt Henniger, Wicked Cushion, Mohawk Northeast, all the guys that helped make this thing go. It's been a ton of fun.
All right, Jeremy Zarfos there, home in first place. He gets the job done by .038 of a second. And speaking of the 38, he comes so close to victory lane. Brett Strickler second place. That was a good finish there. I mean, did you think you had him there at the end, or was it just you kind of drove through the slick and maybe scrubbed off a little bit of speed?
I don't know. I thought I had him. I thought I didn't have him. I knew the slider was coming. I was like, we're having a good time. Me and him were going at it lap after lap. So I was like, yeah, sure, why not? I'll run the top and I'll see if I can defend the slider. Because I mean, other than that, I don't think if he would have ran the bottom, I think I would have had him. I just got a little cross up there, and it made it a lot closer than I wanted it to be.
It might have been a little bit of an omen here for the number 38 of yourself by .038 of a second. You had to start 9. Not deep in the field, but you're about mid-pack, and there's always a chance that you could get hit from behind in the the opening couple laps where drivers get sort of impatient. But once you got to the front, yourself, Jeremy, Kyle Keane, Trey Smith, all you guys put on a hell of a show. And what's it like running lap after lap, with some sliders and some side-by-side racing like that? Must feel good.
It was fun. I had a blast. Even Jeremy and I were talking a little bit there under yellow, and we get real focused and tuned in when we're racing and not saying much. But yeah, under yellow once or twice there, we were laughing and joking, and it's a good time. And we were poking fun at Kyle, and then Kyle went and hit the gap in the backstretch. So It would have been nice to finish 1, 2, 3, but somebody decided to step on it.
Well, you can give a bit of crap for that one. Well done on second place here tonight. We'll let you thank some people before we let you go, buddy.
Thanks, man. I just want to give a quick shout out to Zarfos for racing me clean, and Kyle for putting forth a good effort but falling short. So we'll get them next time, and maybe it won't be Zarfos we're going at it with, but we'll see.
All right, there we go. Brett Strickler home in second place here tonight. We'll chat to the driver that comes home in third place tonight, and it was basically just all about surviving, but the 54 comes away with a podium. Mitch Stiles, third place, buddy. You're going to be pleased with that result?
I'm definitely most pleased with that result.
You started position 12. Talk about how you're able to avoid some of the carnage in front of you and how you're able to get up to this third place run.
Well, I knew it was going to slick off really bad around the top because a lot of guys were running top there, so I kind of just waited back and waited my time and waited for people to start crashing and just slowly made my way up. And then I didn't know if I was going to get around Trey. I don't know if he got loose there or what, but I managed to sneak underneath Trey there at the end, and it was a good race.
What was the game plan going into this main event? Starting deep in the field. I mean, where were you going to be happy with after the feature of it? After the checkered flag had been thrown. What was the
Oh, I would have been happy with top 10. So I'm super thrilled with top 3.
What was going through your mind on that last restart? Green white checker incoming. You had Trey and Matt Bailey behind you. Both drivers know how to make some passes. But what was going through your mind there on that final restart?
Oh, like I said, with Trey out back behind me and Matt both really great here. So I kind of knew that they were coming, so I just tried to go low and hope that they didn't come down or go out around me. And it looked like it played out pretty well.
Well done on a third place run here at the Williams Grove Speedway. We'll let you thank a few people before we let you go and send some shout outs and some loved ones maybe watching.
Yeah, I'd like to thank you for doing the broadcast, Brett, Biggs Motorsports, Budget Beverage, and everyone that makes this happen. One that comes and races every Sunday, Wednesday. Makes it all happen, all part together.
All right, you can stop yawning now. You got away with the third place run here at the Grove. Mitch Stiles there, home in third. That'll wrap us up from the Williams Grove Speedway, and the World of Thunder iRacing League is completed for this Sunday evening. And that will do it from the Williams Grove Speedway. A big thanks to our partners here at Ultimate Dirt TV. A big thanks to World of Thunder for putting on the shows. A big thanks to Wicked Cushion, 19 Designs, World of Thunder iRacing League, Dirt Leagues Australia, JR Productions and Media, and Black Diamond Motorsports. On behalf of the team here at Ultimate Dirt TV, on behalf of the management behind the scenes, and for myself, Brett Wheeler, we say farewell and good night. We will see you in about 9 hours' time for night number 1 of the Dirt Leagues Australia Midget Title. Good night.